how to get rid of your SIBO naturally, even when maybe some other protocols have not worked. So, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and functional blood chemistry specialist, and I personally also dealt with SIBO for many, many years. Did rounds of antibiotics, did multiple rounds of natural treatments that did not work. And now I've also helped hundreds and hundreds of other people, especially women, get rid of their SIBO and get rid of it for good. So I think a really key piece to understanding SIBO is SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, is exactly that. It's an overgrowth issue. And this is an overgrowth issue, meaning that there's good and bad bacteria in our large intestine, and it's supposed to be there. Like, that is its home. That's where it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to overgrow and come up into our small intestine. It is not supposed to do that. And most SIBO protocols are going to revolve around, there's a few medications that are on the market that'll typically people will be on anywhere between 10 to 14 days. They can be very harsh. They cannot feel good. And a lot of times they don't work for a lot of people, even multiple rounds of antibiotics. Then there are natural herbal remedies that can also be supportive. And oil of oregano is one of the big ones, and it will kill the bacteria. And some people feel okay, some people don't during that protocol. Many people will also combine that with a low FODMAP diet, which will essentially starve the bacteria. And most practitioners don't understand this, is when they are starving these bacteria, then they go into hiding, and they start to build these layers of protection called biofilms, which you might have heard of. And part of your protocol may include biofilm disruptors and with these herbal remedies. Here's the thing that most people don't understand, and I have worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients to successfully get rid of this. I've been SIBO free for many, many, many years now. In that, if you only look at the SIBO, it's going to come back. Now, if you look at the SIBO, now you have to kill it, and there's a variety of herbal protocols that we can absolutely use that are very safe. And if you do the preparation work to do this, you won't have those kinds of side effects. You also don't need to do a low FODMAP diet, which is a huge bonus and key. And also, once again, it doesn't work. Like, why restrict yourself like that? Unless you feel awful, like, yeah, for sure, can help you feel better. Garlic and onions were out of my diet for many years. However, I did include almost all other higher FODMAP foods eventually as I was figuring this stuff out for myself. And it worked just fine. And then I was able to have in all kinds of garlic and onions now, and still get to have garlic and onions in essentially everything that I eat. And you have to understand how and why it got there in the first place. Once again, it's not supposed to be there. This bacteria is not supposed to be there. It also doesn't really matter what kind it is. And there are 3 kinds of SIBO. Most practitioners only know about 2. There's actually 3 kinds. And a SIBO breath test can look at all 3. However, don't waste your money on a SIBO breath test because it's not going to give you the answers as to how and why it got there. By the way, a stool test won't either. So we can look at blood work. Sometimes we need some other additional testing. Sometimes we don't. Parasites are a big root cause of this. Low stomach acid, nutrient deficiencies. Leaky gut is a byproduct of this that needs to be addressed, but not until the very end, after everything's actually been addressed and healed and good to go. So what is your root cause? Well, that's what we need to understand. Parasites, huge, look at it. Toxin load, huge, look at it. Low stomach acid, huge, look at it. Your nervous system, if you are stressed out all the freaking time, you're going to have low stomach acid, and all kinds of other things are probably going to happen inside your body, and you're not going to be able to digest your food. That's a huge one that no one talked to me about forever. I mean, I'm talking like 4 years. No one talked to me about this. And this is a huge, huge, huge contributor. And I'll tell you, the people who do have SIBO flares, most often it is stress related more than anything else. And I can tell you this from experience, from personal experience. Once again, also working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other clients. So if you want to actually get rid of your SIBO, you need to address the SIBO, but you also need to address all of the other reasons as to how and why it got there in the first place. It is different for everyone. We need to look at your specific case in your individual body and understand what your individual root causes are so we can help and support your body to not only get rid of the SIBO and the root causes as to why and how it got there, but also make sure all of your protectors are in place so it doesn't come back. We offer free consults if you need the help to actually get rid of this. Use the link in our bio to book yours.